Nova Science Now Mass Extinction Background Reading. Extinction, which can have a variety of causes, results in the permanent elimination of one or more species. According to most scientists, 99.9% of all species that have ever lived are now extinct. All organisms have to contend with the pressures of predation, competition, and environmental change. Throughout geological history, we see a background of pattern extinction of some species. The background extinction rates removes a family of organisms about every million years. By contrast, mass extinction appear as abrupt discontinuities in the fossil record, affect many species at once, and have a much greater impact on biodiversity. So the first two paragraphs are saying that extinctions are continually happening. Background extinctions, animals go extinct for all kinds of different reasons, and life continues. By contrast, with a mass extinction, it happens quickly and affects the biodiversity very rapidly. Most scientists agree that 5 extinction events stand out from the rest. Each time, at least 50 to 90% of all species living on Earth disappeared. That's plant and animal species. Different causes that have been proposed to explain these mass extinction events include meteor impact, volcanic activity, sea level change, oxygen depletion, global cooling, changes in ocean chemistry, and glaciation. So oxygen depletion means that the oxygen goes away. Changes in ocean chemistry mean that the things that make up the ocean as far as elements change. And then glaciation means that much of the Earth is covered in ice. Scientists generally agree that the reason for any mass extinction can be traced to a variety of environmental factors that may have resulted from a triggering event. The extinction that occurred at the end of the Permian period, 250 million years ago, was probably the most severe in Earth's history. For even one family of organisms to be wiped out at once is extraordinary. Yet the death toll at the end of the Permian included 400 marine families, more than half of all the marine families living at the time. It is estimated that this total included 90 to 96% of all marine species. On land, 3/4 of all reptiles and 2/3 of amphibians disappeared from the fossil record. Most plant life, as well as 1/3 of the orders of insects, also disappeared, marking the only time insects have ever suffered a mass extinction. It's important to note that the Permian extinction is not the dinosaur extinction. The dinosaur extinction happened 65 million years ago, and we're talking about the Permian extinction that happened 250 million years ago. If you watch the video, that's what this next part is talking about. The video presents an emerging theory to explain the cause of the end Permian extinction. It suggests that there was simply too much heat and too little oxygen in the environment as a result of prolonged volcanic eruptions. Studies of the chemical composition of rocks at this time indicate warm, oxygen-poor oceans. Such an environment would favor population explosions of lethal bacteria whose metabolism generated toxic sulfur gas. So it's possible at this time it became so warm that the oxygen levels in the ocean decreased. That means there was very little oxygen in there, and that's tough for the animals that need it and the plants that need it as well. And this allowed very dangerous bacteria to grow. As compelling as this explanation is, it's not the only one. In fact, a hypothesis first presented in 2001 suggested that the impact of an asteroid as large as 7 miles across could have been the triggering event, releasing at least 1 million times more energy than the strongest recorded earthquake. However, as with any hypothesis, this one will remain unfounded until a large body of physical evidence is collected that supports it. So it's saying it's suggested, but more evidence is needed to prove an asteroid strike. So although mass extinctions are deadly events, they open up the planet for new life forms to emerge. For example, during the Triassic period that followed the Permian, dinosaurs became the dominant land animals. And following their extinction 65 million years ago at the end of the Cretaceous period, dinosaurs made room for mammals to rapidly diversify and evolve. So therefore, it's saying that while extinctions are not necessarily a good thing in that they wipe out some creatures, extinctions, like we've talked about before, make way for new life to exist as well.